What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Few days ago, I made a short film called Calm in Blender. Honestly, it all started from a simple test. I was actually testing two add-ons, trying to see what I can build with BlenderKit, and the whole thing turns to a cinematic short film. Just like I promised you guys, today I'm going to show you exactly how I created everything step by step inside of Blender using free models from BlenderKit. So as usual, the first thing you need to do is to open up your Blender. This is what my Blender looks like. This is my reference human, where I use to reference if I'm modeling a scene, when I need to know the height of a door, or how big a car is supposed to be, or how big a character is supposed to be in my scene. So we're going to quickly install BlenderKit if you haven't done that yet. I believe every single person here knows how to install an add-on in Blender. If you don't know, let me know in the comment section so I can make a video specially for you. This is BlenderKit. This is how it looks like. So I'm going to open about 3 tabs here that you can easily access files from. So in the first tab, I'm going to make sure that it is on models. The second tab is going to be HDRI, yes. And the third one is going to be on material. I don't think we need a material for this particular scene I'm building right now, because I'll be using all of the materials that comes with all the 3D models. The first thing I'm going to search for here on our first tab is to search for floor. So when you search for floor, BlenderKit is going to show you everything they have that has to do with floor. So quickly, since we don't have money and we are making use of BlenderKit for free, we're going to go to the filter settings here and tap free first, meaning it's going to show us only the free stuffs first. So we're going to quickly start searching for anything that looks like a good floor that we want to use. This is close to what I can remember that I used, so I'm going to just tap on it right now and it's going to download. So we already have our floor here right now, so I'm just going to move it forward a bit. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to look for stair. Yes, this is it here. So I'm just going to save it, because you can come back next time and select exactly the same thing you used from last time. So I'm just going to tap on the particular step and it's going to download. Now the scene is starting to look interesting. Very nice. Okay, the next thing I'm going to bring in, as you know from that video, if you have seen the video, is the statue that is going to be in the scene. So I'm just going to quickly search for statue here in models. So I'm going to go round and round until I see exactly what I use. Yep, this is it. So you just need to tap on it. It's going to download. So I'm going to select my statue here and I'm going to move it all the way to the back. So I'm going to bring him down. Yep. And I'm going to push him back a little bit. So right now we don't need this reference guy, so I'm going to push him out because everything is coming in the right scale that is supposed to be. I can just hide the guy so that it's not distracting us. So I'm going to move my camera all the way back a little bit so that we can see the whole of the scene. Nice. So when you go into your shaded mode, you can see what's the material of the models look like. Let me quickly do world here. Strength. Yep. So this is what the material looks like. I believe this is a scan. This is a photo scan of a real life world. So the realism is really there. So let me turn it off for this particular scene also. Nice. I'm just going to turn this one into random so that you guys can easily see. So I don't even know what I'm looking for right now, but it's statue related, or it looks like stone, something that looks like this. This is what I'm looking for exactly right now. Modern garden sculpture. So why not just try Chinese right now? Let's see what we get. Chinese. So we're starting to get into the paid side of BlenderKit. So I'm going to run away because we are not ready to pay BlenderKit today. This is a free tutorial on how. This is a tutorial of how to make use of free models to make a scene. Let me just go with this. So I'm waiting for the model to be downloaded. I'm going to turn this guy off so that we can easily see our scene right now. I'm going to quickly select this guy from the scene here, then go to my top view, and I'm just going to move in around the side. This is exactly where I want it. So I'm going to do Alt-D, duplicated it, so I'm going to push it to the other side of the scene. So after pushing it to the other side of the scene, I'm going to go into my scale here, and I'm going to scale it on the x-axis -1. So we do scale x -1. That's how to rotate the model to face the other side. You can also duplicate your floor. So let's do Alt-D, then move the floor, Alt-D again. As you can see, I'm using Alt-D, not Ctrl-D. This is a very perfect time to save our file. So I'm going to quickly do Ctrl-S. I'm just going to do Tutorial BlenderKit. Save. So I'm going to do Alt-D one more time for our floor. I'm going to move it this way just to cover the opening. Okay, let's do Alt-D one more time. Move it this way. So we are going back into the model and we're going to search for concrete barricade. Concrete barricade. So please don't forget to do free first, so that we can only see the free stuff. This is it exactly, concrete barricade over there. So I'm going to tap it. So I'm going to my top view one more time. I'm going to move concrete barricade in front of my camera like this. I'm going to also make a duplicate of my concrete barricade. First of all, I'm going to scale it because I feel like it's too small. Scale it down a bit. Move it sideways a bit, then select everything that comes with it. Select hierarchy, then you do Alt-D, not Shift-D. So I'm going to move it to the other way. So this is basically what gave birth to the short film you saw on my page some days ago. But right now, we don't have our HDRI yet. So once you go into your rendered mode, this is what your scene looks like, and this is boring. So if I go to my cycles and I switch to my GPU here, the light you're seeing currently is coming from this one light that I have in my scene. So I'm going to first of all shut this light off, and let's quickly bring in our HDRI here. So go back to all your tabs, you go back to your HDRI tab, then you just search for night. We are looking for night scene. So remember to be on free first, so that BlenderKit can show you the free scenes first. So I believe this is, I didn't go to my saved because I remember saving it. Exactly, this is it. This is what I used for the video. So I'm just going to tap it right now, and it is going to ask me what is the dimension I need. So I'm going to go with 4K. I'm going to do OK. So it's downloading right now, so let's wait for it to download. As you can see, nice. So we now have our HDRI like you can see here. So we can go into our world settings in shader, then world, and play around with some of the stuff you have here. So we can rotate the scene, rotate the HDRI. I don't think I want to do that right now. We can increase the strength of the HDRI. So I want to keep it low. Then I want to bring in my own lights. So I'm going to do Shift A and do light, then area light. Yeah, exactly. So I'll move this area light all the way up above our statue here. So I'm going to go into the light settings. I'm going to change it from square to a cycle. Then I'm going to scale the light up so that it covers a lot of environment. I want it to be a very soft light. So I'm also going to change the power to something like 500. Yep. I'm going to create a new collection and I'm going to name it my studio collection. So this is going to be my studio. And my studio, I'm going to move my camera into my studio. And also this light is going to be in my studio. Nice. So what I'm going to do here right now, first of all, I'm going to tilt my camera a little bit. So I'm going to select the rotate tool here, and I'm going to use it to rotate the camera to face upward a bit. Then I'm going to bring the camera down, so it should be like more of a low angle camera. Then I'm also going to create an empty here. So we have an empty here. I'm going to use circle. No, I'm going to change it from circle to a sphere. Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be our focus puller. This is what the camera is going to use to focus on any particular object you want to focus on. So I'm going to quickly change the name to focus. Then I'm going to go into my camera settings here. I'm going to select a depth of field. Then the object for depth of field is going to be focus. Nice. So when I pull down my f-stop, you can see that only our statue is in focus. And if I move this focus puller right now, see that anywhere I move it to is what is going to be in focus. So I'm going to take our f-stop back to 1.5, like it here. Then I'm also going to do the ratio. I'm going to double it. So you can also change the focal length of your camera. You can do 85, or if you are going for a wide. So let's even do wide and say this is 24 mm. It's not bad also. This is not bad. If you were making a music video scene, this is a good spot to place your artist and just start performing or vibing to his song. So this wide is very nice for music videos. So let's get back to 50. This 50 is looking good to me. Nice. So I was about changing the color of our lights to the color of the environment. So let me first turn off the light, then come here into the light settings and just use the eyedropper tool to just select to pick a color from the scene. So I'm going to turn on the light again, and the light is going to give us something, a light that is close to the light of the environment, because it picked the color from the Hejara look. So I'm also going to duplicate these lights using Shift D this time around. Then I'm going to turn the light to a point light. I'm going to move it to the back of our statue here. I'm trying to give the statue a backlight. Exactly. So I can duplicate the light one more time. Also create some kind of interesting lighting here, because I love backlighting a lot. Okay, I'm also going to duplicate the light one more time. Move it to this other side. So, like you can see, you have some interesting shape of lighting going on over there. So you can still decide to put one light here. So I'm going to reduce the power of this one to say 100, but it's too bright. So this is basically how I made the scene in short film video you saw about a few days ago. So everything you see here is free of charge. You don't have to pay any money before you get access to it. So it's just all about your own creativity to create something that looks good or that feels cinematic at the end of the day. So in the next videos I'll be making, the next part is going to be about the lens sim add-on. That is the add-on that simulates film look from your camera. Sorry, it has real-life lenses where you can emulate film look inside of Blender. Then we're also going to do another video about compositing, how I made the whole thing look cinematic, added noise, added flares, added blooms, and make everything shine at the end of the day. So thank you guys for sticking to this video. There's another video I did in the past that is very related to this video. I would recommend you watch that video right now.